Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
Here's a postscript of what we have to do before the next session where we actually hook up. We added this quick release, which is a great tool in case of stress, but we added it with quite a big carabiner, and we feel that we made it a little bit too long. We want it to be a much smaller carabiner that goes through this ring and connects to the ring of our double yoke. As I mentioned before, we're going to cut this off. There's no reason to have this. It used to be a handle for when it was a hay cart. And then I grabbed some chain, and we have a plan. Where's that piece that do I have? Oh, there. An existing piece of chain. We're about to cut it in half. We're going to put some small clasps on it. We're going to go from a ring here on the front towards the head of the surcingle into here and back, right? Okay. Well, here's our next session, and we only have two people, Sarah and Sonia, the Urban Cowgirl. So, and it's been a long time since we've been able to do this, maybe 3 weeks because of weather and because of shortage of team members. So we want to make a little progress today because there is good weather, even though there's rain coming in on and off for the next few weeks. We have harnessed up the heifers with everything. And I'm giving you like a view from the back. We've got the cross-check reins. When I point, when I mention it, yeah, you just point, make it obvious, yeah. We've got the nylon strap that's going on the back between the harnesses at the hip so that the heifers will not tend to separate themselves at their hip. We have some extra chains. I'm very slowly walking over here that we noticed last time would be safe to have, to use. I hope the sun isn't going to make it impossible for you to see. Here we go. The sun's behind my back. Okay, point to it again. Extra chains going from our double yoke on both sides across the rings of the surcingle. And what is that going to do for us? Well, we want to make sure that we added a quick release at the tip of our harness pole of our homemade forecart. I'm going to zoom in there. Now the quick release made the pole, the harness pole, slightly longer. So what happened when we tried to move last time is that, first of all, the handle of the old hay cart that we used for a forecart got awfully close to the back of the heifer's legs. So we were going to cut the handle off, but then my handyman said, you can't do that because it's giving structure to the bottom of the hay cart. Let me just move it back for you. So we did that. The handle is still there, but it's not sticking out as much as it was before. So if we had enough people, we would just bring that forecart pole up to between the heifers, but it's kind of scary, especially because we haven't done it in a while. Hook it up to, let's show where we would hook it up. It's got a ring, yes, between the double yoke with the quick release. So if something does happen, we have at least maybe one easy place to grab to quickly release it. Because it's awfully scary when you've got livestock pulling and something spooks them and they think that that something is a predator and is chasing them. So the most important thing to do within parameters of safety is to get that pulled item off. So that's what we're doing for safety. Now, I just got my Small Farmer's Journal yesterday by email, and I looked at the table of contents, that there's like a 4-page single-space article called Haps and Mishaps on the Small Farm. And I'll bet you there are other horror stories about livestock just being natural. That is, they feel threatened, they want to get away by fleeing from the threat, the predator, and they can't because they're connected. So we're not going to move with my darling little heifers today, as much as we've done everything we possibly can to make this safe and have moved in the past. But we had more team members. We're not going to move until we have at least 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5 people here to help us film this next session, when we hope we will be able to hook up the forecart between these heifers, Selah and Susie, have me get in with the cross-check reins in my hand. At first have 2 people at the heads. If they're behaving and giving me the right answer when I cue them to drive, we're going to move down this, what we call east-west track. It's just our driveway to the far east fence. If we're doing really well, we may make a G or a haw turn through all of this deadfall in our obstacles area and come back to the camera. But that's only if we're doing really well and have a lot of people here to help in case things aren't going well. So there you go. That was our update, and we'll try very hard to keep you updated some more. But all of this is very much weather dependent and handlers dependent. This is the end of December 2012. We'll tune in again probably sometime in the beginning of January 2013. This is Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl, saying goodbye. And this is Selah. She's my heifer, my youngest heifer, who's getting a little teenage-like, a little harder to handle than she used to, but oh well, repetition should help us there. And you can see they're both chewing their cuds, which is a real good body language sign that they're not worried at all at this moment. Well, it's almost Christmas, and we're really short on team members. Today it's just Scott and me. But you can see that Susie is chewing her cud, and her daughter Selah is standing calmly. It is a sunny day and not windy, even though we're expecting storms in tonight. So we're going to see if we can get a little farther today than we did the last session when it was just Sarah and me. I'm Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. We'll turn the camera back on if we can hitch up and feel comfortable getting into the homemade forecart. Well, we were hoping a third team member would arrive, but he hasn't, so we are just going to call this our moment of resolution. And what is this moment of resolution? Let me describe it to you. We have the farming forecart bar between the front pairs of legs of our heifers. All we would have to do if we had a third person here is lift it up and connect it with our quick release to the through bolt that's a ring at the top of our homemade, thank you, yes, for showing it, our homemade double yoke. Now I'm going to walk around very quietly and show you how we're just inches away from actually hitching. And if there were a third person here, we'd do it because the weather is perfect. On the top we have our chains that will keep the Zebus from getting too close to the front of the forecart. We added those a couple sessions ago because we realized that the forecart, if it's not completely on flat ground, will tend to almost hit their back legs, which would be startling to them. And then in the back, we made a nylon connection between their britchet so that up to a certain point they can separate their hips, but past that point they'd feel pressure from each other and hopefully, therefore, adjust themselves if they try to bring their hips too far apart. The forecart has been adjusted so that this handle, which used to be the handle of the old hay cart that this was, is still providing some support under the forecart, but it's not as protruding as far out as it was a couple sessions ago. I'm ready to get in with my driving whip that I carry when I do carriage, just so that when I'm sitting here, I would be able to reach the hips of the heifers if I needed to give them a cue with that arm extension. Just walking around very slowly here to show you. We've bought some of this tack. We put various pieces together over the years. We've trained our heifers and our bull, but in pairs we'll do only the two heifers to pull with this tack. Some of it nylon, some of it leather, and some of it that washable leather simulator. I love watching my two heifers chew their cud. They aren't worried, otherwise they wouldn't be chewing their cud. And we're ready to hitch up as soon as we have good weather and a third team member. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the urban cowgirl who's also a small farmer. It's finally after the holidays and I have a team of 4 today. And it's a nice day, almost spring-like, even though it is January 2nd, 2013, the middle of winter. Now the heifers have not been harnessed up very much in the last few weeks, and in fact they're all poopy under their tails. So I think it's time to Ivermectin liquid worm them, which we're going to do today after we're done filming. But since it's been such a long time, but since I have a team of 4, we're going to actually try to hook this forecart to our heifers. Maybe move, maybe not move. Definitely not drive yet today. We still are on lead lines. Next time, if this is successful, next time we'll move, put some drive lines on, see if we can get them to step up and gee and ha. That's our objective, to make them farming heifers with my homemade farming forecart as a training tool.
It'll work because it's quick release.
Okay, now I'm gonna bring this.
Do you want me to put the cross-check reins on?
Oh yes, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I was asked, do I want the cross-check reins on? I think not. That's yet another combination of tack that could end up in the wrong place. Maybe next time. That's, the cross-check reins are going to give me the ability to drive with them. And I'm going to go back a little bit. They're hearing all of this. This is all part of the training. I'm going to go back a little bit so I can approach straight. I've got my lunging whip that's going to be my line. Can you hold this without scaring them? Okay. And I'm going to go back again. I really want to approach straight so that I don't inadvertently touch something that they don't expect at this point in their training. Now, when I get there, how are we going to do this as far as hooking this quick release? Tim, can you zero in on this quick release? We added this because if there is a problem, we want to be able to quickly release.
Yeah. Here, I'll take that.
It's okay, girls. It's okay.
You can see that a fifth person would be nice. It takes a lot to train for driving and for farming. When you drive, it's all right, girls. It's all right, girls. Let them know that I'm around. There.
I'm gonna grab it.
Susie is chewing her cud. Okay, so far so good. Sela was a little naughty this morning. They all got trimmed, and she didn't want to move forward. She didn't want to step up. So maybe it's because she saw the trimmer and didn't want to be handled, but okay, we're ready for that. Wrong answer if it happens by doing serpentines and rhythmic pressure behind the surcingle, which is the drive line. They're looking good. We actually hooked up today. Now, do I get in? I have a helmet on. It made me laugh the other day. I heard Chris Cox say it's very important to wear a helmet, but I don't wear a helmet. I wear a cowboy hat. I don't care how I look as long as I've done what I can to be safe. It's all right, girls. We don't have the cross-check reins today, as we said, but yeah, I feel everybody agree that I can get in.
Easy.
Whoa. I'm not a fast mover with my legs because I don't know
Stand in front of her.
if I've said it on this video or not, but 6 months ago I did have a hip replacement. So I'm real careful with lifting my legs. You know what I'm going to do? You know, and I used to do this when I was training my horses to cart with people who knew how to train to cart. They said, don't get in, just hold on, put a little weight, and then try to move. And then you do it with somebody at the head, and you do it with the drive lines with somebody at the head. Then you let the people at the head release their lead lines, and you control the livestock with your drive lines. And then as you gain confidence, as they gain confidence, you get in. Because once you're in, if there is a spook, it can be extremely dangerous. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to hold my weight here as if I were sitting on this seat. Now, Sarah and Scott, if there's trouble, quick release, remove the shaft of this homemade forecart. At the same time, trying to control the heifers and have them stay in a pair, stay parallel. We've got all kinds of straps and yokes, homemade yokes and so forth to keep them parallel. And we're going to do this. We're going to step 2 steps forward as a first baby step in our progress. Okay, so let's go. Step up, girls.
Step up.
Step up. Good. The shaft is touching Sela on the right side of her hip. Good. Good. We can, okay, we're doing more than 2 steps. Let's hold. Oh, very nice. Extremely good. My goodness, are we all agreeing that we could go a little further?
Yes.
Okay, I would love to get in, but you know, I don't think it's safe yet. We're out here in the obstacles area, which is close to the creek bank, which has a lot of critters, bobcats and deer, coyotes, and maybe even a mountain lion. We saw a mountain lion at UCS yesterday. So, okay, let's go straight forward another dozen steps. Step up, girls.
Step up.
I'm pulling back now. Very nice. They're hearing it. Good. Whoa.
Ho.
Whoa. Now, do we dare try a hot turn? I'm okay on trying it, but we'll stop. We've got enough people. We'll quick release.
Right there.
Do you think you can hot turn here and go around that tree, Scott, and come back to where we started?
Yes.
Like around the deck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step up, ha. Ha means left. I'm
Step
pulling
up,
back. Yeah, they're doing over their haunches. Good. Now it's uneven here. Tree roots, rocks. Step up, ha.
Step up.
Ha. Very nice. Now we're going over some old stumps. gonna bounce. Be ready for a bounce. Good, ha, good. Step up, ha. We're going over this vinyl rail. Beautiful, go right up to the camera. Step up, ha, girls. Oh, I love it.
Oh.
A+ to Susie and her daughter, Seela. And that's our baby step for today. Well, unfortunately, today when we came to harness up the heifers, they were fine. But the forecart had a broken shaft, and we don't know exactly why that happened, and it can't be fixed for a couple days. So we're going to simulate hooking them up today. Just put the shaft away. Sarah is going to drive next to me with the forecart. But I've got my cross-check reins on, so that's what we didn't do last time. I almost wish we would have, because the Zebus were so good last time, and it was such a nice day. And today it's almost winter again, but okay. We're going to move on to the next baby step by doing some cross-check driveline traveling with join-ups. So Shalea, who's here to kind of become familiar with how we do things here at Shadrach Farms, and Scott are at the head. Can you guys take your lines off? We just walked around with the lines on and the cross-check reins. Now we're just going to use the join-up concept, and we're going to take the same path that we went on last time. And Sarah is just going to walk along so that the sounds of the cart, at least, are behind them. And Shalea and Scott are going to be there in case there are any spooks. But so far, even though it's cold and not sunny, so far the heifers seem to be doing fine. Sarah, when you harnessed them, were they fine? Yeah. I got busy in the house and didn't come out until they were all harnessed. Okay, so I have a lunge whip as an arm extension, and we're going to take the same route as last time with cross-check drive line direction. Step up, girls. Step up. Good girls. They're working in pairs nicely so far. Ha! Step up, ha! Tugging a little bit with the left. Ha! Touching with my arm extension on Seela's right. Good girls. It's almost like they're pulling the forecart. Step up. Very nice, girl. Step up, ha! They've got the yoke on to keep them together. Step up. But I want to learn to stay together and step up. I want them to understand that they're working together, and it's their job to stay parallel. And step up, ha, to stay parallel and together. So we're going to take a longer route now because they did just fine on that short route. Good girls. Step up. The cross-check reins are working really nicely. I'm going to here, step up. And then I'm going to G. G, 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 G. Step up, G. Good girls. Step up. That was kind of a tight turn. Step up. Step up. Very nice, girls. Now, Scott and Shalea, you just hang back. We're going to do the same route here. Step up, G. 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 Now, we don't have a join up. Very nice, girls. Step up, Step up, ha. Uh-oh. Step up, ha. Step up. Okay, back, back, back. Very nice. Back. Step up. Step up, G. No, step up, ha. Step up. Step up. Okay, Scott and Shalea, let's give them a little guidance. Yeah, we don't even have to hook up. Step up. Step up, Ha. Very nice. Good. Step up. Okay, now back again. Let's see if we can keep them going. Step up. Nice. The idea. That was a tight turn, a G turn. They've been doing a lot of Ha turns. Step up. Step up. Forward motion in the correct direction. Now you see I only have one pair of reins in my hand because we're using cross-check reins. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Good. Step up. Good. Now at the Waverly draft horse sale that happens every year, when a pair of horses go on the auction block, the announcer explains what the horses do well and what they don't do well, which means the announcer has to see them work as a pair before the auction. And they require that the horses as a pair go G and Ha, stop and back and go in a forward motion straight line. So we just showed that our two little heifers here can do all of those things. And not that I'd ever want to auction them. No, they're part of my family, but they are learning how to farm as a pair. All right, we're unharnessing them now, which, is important to be able to do correctly too. You see that they're standing really nicely. Oftentimes when we harness them, we tie them to the railroad tie behind me. Can you turn your camera? Is that what you did today, or were they just standing, Sarah?
No, they were harnessed, or they were tied up to that.
They were tied up. They tie up just like horses do. And we don't like to let our hair down, so to speak, until we've got the tack off that's connecting them. We don't want to worry about them being concerned by some kind of predator or some spooky object when they're still connected, because I'm not using really strong equipment here. I'm using appropriate equipment for training, but when we actually start farming, it's going to have to be much stronger, much newer. But all of that tack and equipment is very expensive, so we have to wait until it's frugal to do it that way.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.